Last time on Square Roots, Butts meets a princess, a pirate, and an amnesiac old man who quickly become his new best friends. Later, he experiences a sexual awakening when he watches the pirate sleep. Turns out he was a hypnophiliac all along. Also, where is Boko?
Welcome to Square Roots, the classic RPG podcast. I'm your host, Matthew Van Zant. That's right, this is the episode of the season that Jim's not on. There's always one. He gets diarrhea a lot, you know?
Mm-hmm. Well, it's because he insists on that all-fruit diet.
I think this time he found that LARPing group in Seattle and decided to join them as their leader.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was doing meth in Seattle on the sidewalk.
Oh, he's doing both. Oh. He is LARPing as a meth user.
Oh.
Why?
This week, I'm... Motherfucker.
Why do you think...
This week, I am joined by Johnny Gilgamesh Brandon.
I wanted to be a purple chocobo.
Too bad. And Vanessa.
Hi. You don't have to say it with such spite just because we're talking over your intro and, acting up. When Jim isn't here, it's our time to play. This is our time to shine, our time to have fun, get a little looser with the rules, a little goosier with the tools, and just see what happens.
Hey, Matt. When Jim's here and it's a nice day like this, he lets us record outside. Can we record outside? Can't hear you, buddy.
Hang on, let me just check the notes that Jim left me. We got to work on your vocabulary, okay. Mm-hmm. And okay, we got to work on your fractions. You're a little behind on your fractions. It's okay. We can do a lot with that today. And outside. Oh, this says you're never allowed outside again.
Oh, God damn it, Jim.
But we still get movie night, right?
No, and I'm supposed to put you in timeout for asking if you can go outside when you know you're not allowed to go outside.
God.
Ooh, Johnny got in trouble.
Both of you.
Oh, I didn't even ask about it. My mom warned me about hanging out with bad influences, and look at me now.
Anyway, Square Roots is a classic RPG podcast where we play your favorite classic RPGs and talk about them one chunker at a time. This week, it's part 2 of our Final Fantasy V series. Whoa! How's everybody feeling about Final Fantasy V? Finny Fantasy V.
Where's Sid?
I'm not mad at
Where's
it.
Mid?
Yeah, we gotta chase down Sid and Mid.
Where are they today? Who knows? The game ain't gonna tell you.
Just sort of use your best guess. I think this is from the era where they'd fluff out a game's play length by just not telling you where to go next. And say exploring the whole world to see where you go is part of the gameplay.
I'm sure there's one guy in a town somewhere that'll tell you where they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been pretty good about following the clues. Usually they leave. Usually it's like an old man who's like, oh, I saw... They keep going on about this fucking waterfall. I can't do anything at this waterfall. What the hell? But usually they're pretty good. Oh, I saw the king float over the desert. Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I guess King Tycoon's not dead. Because we thought he was dead, super dead last time, and that was his force ghost by the crystal.
Maybe he was just projecting himself, Luke Skywalker style. Spoilers for, what's it called? The Last Jedi.
Uh-huh. I have seen The Last Jedi, so you don't need to worry about spoiling it for me.
Okay. Good to know.
The kids, the kid cleaning the casino world is a Jedi. He has force
but
powers.
nothing ever comes of it.
Well, because people actually prefer if only super amazing space princesses have force powers.
People like force powers to belong to people who have earned them through genetic inheritance, not just some randos.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be born special. Mm-hmm. That's the difference.
Or the force fucks your mom.
Or the force fucks your mom is also an option. Anyway, before we dive into this week's chunker of Final Fantasy V, why don't we do a little segment we like to call the Hot Gaming Goose?
Goose.
Goose?
Goose.
Yeah, it's Goose.
Oh.
We're going to talk some hot game goosip. Mm-hmm. Vanessa, the first one I put in the
Honk.
notes is for you.
Aha!
Honk.
I will happily convey this
Honk.
geese's special
Honk!
honk message. Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2.
She just opened the notes. I watched her open the notes.
Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 had a very good
Honk.
idea to release a day one DLC. Everyone liked it. Everyone thought it was good. But then, like one or two people were just like, hey, putting the favorite clans of people behind a day one DLC doesn't seem that cool. And what's great about the developers
I thought it
is
seemed
that
cool.
they were like, oh yeah, you know what? Like, we thought it was a really cool, fun idea that people would be excited about, but they're not. So we're just going to go ahead and not do that anymore. And that's how you know it's going to be the best game ever, because they listen.
Yeah. Now those clans aren't coming out, right? We just don't get them?
Nope,
They've
they will
taken their
come
toys
out.
and gone home?
They will come out as part of the base game. And
Ooh,
the
do you
day
think that
one,
means we'll get Werewolf the Apocalypse as the DLC? That would be cool.
maybe, because they have said that the DLC will be something else. What else?
Ooh.
We don't know, and they won't tell us. But it's probably going to
They
be
probably
really good.
also don't know.
Yeah, I would think that they probably also don't know. And if I had to guess, I would say it will be cosmetics, because that is the easiest and fastest thing to slap together for the day one DLC your shareholders demand, and still
Hot
get your fans to buy
clothes.
the game.
For your
Yeah,
vampires. So you could like dress like sexy 19th century vampires or like PVC underworld vampires.
Or Nosferatu.
He just wears some like rags.
Yeah, but they're black, I guess.
But you can make them like patterned with Pickle Rick instead or something.
That's probably what they'll do. Pickle Rick is a very good and still very culturally relevant poll, Johnny, and I'm proud of you.
Thank you. And Bjork's swan dress.
Yes.
Does anyone even remember Bjork's swan dress at this point?
I
I don't
remember
know who
it.
Bjork is, and at this point, I don't care.
I remember Bjork's swan dress, and I remember when Trey Parker, or perhaps it was Matt Stone, wore Bjork's swan dress in a parody of Bjork. And Trey Parker wore Jennifer Lopez's green
Skin.
Ralph Lauren dress. Skin.
Ugh.
He wore her skin.
Gaming news.
Other hot gaming
Nintendo
news.
Virtual Boy is back, baby.
Oh,
Ho-ho! The worst console ever made can be yours
That's
for the
not true.
small price of $100.
Or
It's not
you could get a cardboard version for
It's not a-
$30.
Console, though, is it? It's just a
a
thing
shell.
that your Switch sits in, so you can look at it up close, very close.
Yeah, it's got goggles and it lenses. And I just want to thank the Square Roots listeners for buying me one. I think this is just very generous of you. And I will need a Switch 2 to go with it, but we'll deal with that. I think it won't work with Switch 1. So
I'm
I will
not
need
sure.
a Switch 2 to go with it.
So, do you think that Nintendo is going to attempt to get in on the VR headset space with this thing, or is this just like a throwback?
It's just a throwback fun.
It's a
just
throwback
little
moneymaker thing.
fun.
Why
Yeah.
do you need to put it on your face then? Why can't you just play the games on the Switch?
Because you have to look at them real close.
In 3D. Yeah, so you have to like
But
separate
I don't need
your
to
eyeballs.
hang it off of my face to do that.
It's just
You
a
have to
fun
separate
thing.
your
Matt.
eyeballs?
It's a fun thing.
I don't want to do that either.
It's a fun thing for people who never got a chance to play the Virtual Boy like me and always wanted to play these Virtual Boy games. So I'm
Yeah.
excited.
When I saw it announced, I was like, who is this for? And then I realized, Johnny. It's exactly for
Yep.
Johnny.
That's the kind of hot nonsense Johnny loves.
It's a just for Johnny treat.
So yeah, it's coming to Switch Online. You will need either the cardboard or the plastic one to play these games because I don't know if it can detect that it's plugged in. So probably you could like finagle something. You could like use Labo to craft another virtual headset to
Yeah,
make these work.
get
But
out
there's
your
no, like-
Labo.
yeah. And there's no 2D version of these games. They require you to use at least some kind of VR headset thing.
So they're all games from the original thingy, right?
Yeah, like Telero Boxer and the WarioWare game, or the Wario platformer game, and Mario Clash and stuff.
This is stuff everyone's been scrambling for.
I think
So that
think
was-
it sounds cute.
I'm glad you're excited for it, Johnny. That was piece one of a small list of information that came out that I'd like to talk about last week, the day after we recorded. So there were a few other things that were announced in a Nintendo Direct for you and I and all of our listeners to get excited about. Listeners, pretend like you don't know any of this already. Did y'all hear that Dragon Quest VII is getting a remake?
I heard about it. I thought it looked
Like-
okay. And then the internet was like, we hate it.
It looks gorgeous, but the faces are crazy weird.
I think it's
Yeah.
got like it actually has the same problem as Bravely Default, where it's got a bunch of different face designs. Like the main character looks like like a kid from a Pixar or a Disney Pixar or just a Disney CG movie, but then like one of them looks like a weird doll from Bravely Default 2, and then one of them looks like a guy, Akira Toriyama art. Like it's all over the place in a weird way. And also, didn't the remake come out on 3DS and I own it? I can just what? But
I don't
it's
know.
a little different. I have the 3DS version.
This is a full-blown remake. It's called Dragon Quest VII Reimagined. The trailer was gorgeous. I think it looks fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm very excited for it.
I'm gonna play
I still
it.
need to play
It looks-
Dragon Quest 1 through 3 HD 2D remakes as well. But I'm excited for this. And ugly faces aside, it looks fucking amazing.
I mean, that's my
speaking of-
feeling with Bravely Default too. Like the cities look gorgeous. I just hated the character art, even
Yeah,
though
the
it
little
is.
dolls in Bravely Default are not great.
Yeah, and I think 2 was worse looking than 1.
I don't think I played 2. Speaking of remakes, another game has gotten a remake announcement, and this one is one that we will definitely be doing as a bonus episode on the show eventually, featuring special guest and friend of the show, my daughter, Haley.
Nepotism.
And I assume Vanessa will not play the game and not join us again.
I
No,
have
she promised.
made clear that I'm aware that I
promised
owe
last time.
Haley a Vanessa present recording.
And that game is Danganronpa 2!
Yay!
This is another full-blown remake of Danganronpa 2, largely considered to be the best game in the series. However, this one's going to make some changes to the whodunits and the wheres and the whys in the house. So
That's
it's
fun.
I'm not sure what you would call it. I guess it's still a remake, but they're making some plot changes, so it'll be interesting to a new generation of children that are too young to be playing games about teenagers murdering each other.
But the
Are
blood
you
is
ever
pink.
too young for that? There's so many, like, Hunger Games and stuff like that. That's what kids love. Kids love teen-on-teen violence.
Speaking of hungry games, Nintendo announced a brand new Yoshi game.
Yeah.
Whoa. It looks like it's for babies, so thanks, but no thanks. Why do they always make those Yoshi games for babies? Everybody loves
babies
Yoshi.
love Yoshi.
Not just babies.
Yeah, but babies most of all. Speaking
Is
of
it
games
another,
for
like-
babies,
Oh.
Go ahead.
the game I'm most excited about is Pokemon Pokopia.
What's that?
This is a sort of Animal Crossing-esque Harvest Moon, Minecrafty kind of game where you play as a Ditto, what looks like a human, and you make little homes and little patches of vegetables and little paths and little buildings for your Pokemon friends to hang out in. It's Pokemon
So it's like
City
a
Builder.
crafting farming game.
It's like
That's
a crafting
cool.
farming game, but with little Pokemon, and you can have all your friends, including, and most importantly, Psyduck. Psyduck is in the game. Psyduck confirmed. Psyduck sighting. Is so happy, so excited to build a home for my Psyduck to live in with me, a Ditto, forever, whether he wants to or not.
And speaking of other new games, a new Fire Emblem's Fortune's Weave was announced. I didn't pay much attention to this. Is this another Three Houses style game with like a Persona style relationship system, or is this just like a straight up Fire Emblem? Does anybody know? None of
Why
us
didn't
know.
anyone tell me there was a new? I didn't watch the direct, so I didn't know.
That's
there
why,
was a-
Johnny. It's on YouTube for
We're-
you to view anytime
we're
you want.
telling
Also,
you
we talked
right
about
now.
all these games in the Discord
And we're
most of them in
telling
the Google
you
chat.
right now. That's what this section is for. This is Hot Gaming Goss, where we share the gossip we
All right,
found
well,
out
let me
about.
just hold on one sec. YouTube.com. All right, and I'm gonna look up Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave.
I'm so happy I'm not editing this week. I would throw you into the sun. You're little.
All right,
I can do it.
Here, I'll turn on closed captioning. There's a shot of a city. Okay. A lot of
feel
city
like Johnny's
shots here.
Grasping the concept where we tell him about this stuff.
Oh,
This isn't
okay. Tell me
like-
about it.
Well,
Don't tell him. He doesn't deserve to know now.
It's like someone says, "Let me tell you about this movie I saw," and Johnny goes, "Okay, let me just go to the theater and watch the movie." And
I'll bring my microphone with me.
Bring my microphone with me. And then I'll have heard about the movie.
Well, tell me about it. I'm listening right now with my earbuds.
I don't have anything
Anyway,
to
we
say
don't know anything
it.
about Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave because none of us actually care that much. Super Mario Galaxy and Super Mario Galaxy 2 are finally coming to the Nintendo Switch. Whoa!
Hey!
Speaking of Super Mario Galaxy, they also announced that the sequel to the Super Mario Brothers movie is going to be titled Super Mario Galaxy.
I
Oh.
do have Super Mario Galaxy 1 for the Nintendo Switch. Remember, I got that pack that came with like Sunshine and Mario 64.
Oh, yeah, I've got that. I think it's got 1 and 2 on it.
No, it's just got 1. It doesn't have 2.
It is Sunshine? Oh, I didn't realize that it's Sunshine.
Does have Sunshine. Yeah, that game's really hard. I'm not good at it, Matt. I'm really
I don't
not
like hard
good at
games.
it. Yeah. I've never played Galaxy 2. So I think you can buy them individually. I don't know. I'll see about that. But I think I need a Switch too, and I don't have one of those yet.
People consider Galaxy to be one of the best Mario games ever made, and I just didn't like it that much. I didn't like the tiny little planet hopping. It was a neat effect, but in practice, after a few hours, I was tired of it, and I was like, I got to do this for the rest of the game. Pass.
I also had like waggle controls to do some of the moves.
Oh yeah.
Right? And you have to like click on or point it at the screen to collect the star bits and stuff. And there's a they called it at the time a girlfriend mode where the girlfriend could pick your star bits. And my boyfriend made me play the girlfriend mode, and I was like, "Don't demean me. Not that there's anything wrong with being a girlfriend. It's just in an insulting mode where I felt like, oh, I'm playing the child thing extra super easy. Yeah, that Fire Emblem trailer, it looked just like Three Houses. I don't know if it still has. I mean, it's obviously not set in a school, so I don't know if it has the Persona stuff. I'd assume they have something along those lines because people like the Persona-y stuff. But I didn't like the way the maps looked in the last Fire Emblem. Did you, Matt? You
I
played
don't.
a lot of
I've
that.
never cared for No, I don't really like the Fire Emblem series that much. I tried out Three Houses, thinking this would be the one to finally draw me in, and it did not. I don't like the flat. I like strategy RPGs. I don't like flat field strategy RPGs. That's one of the things I find very charming and entertaining about Final Fantasy Tactics and games like that is the little arenas with
Depth
elevation.
Didn't you?
And I don't know
like
why,
Shining
but
Force,
every time
though.
I liked Shining Force a lot. I haven't played it since I was 8.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, every time I've tried a Fire Emblem, I've not been able to get too far into it before. I just find those battles pretty boring.
I love Shining Force. I just didn't like the combat in Three Houses, and I found the school stuff insufferable. So
Yeah, it wasn't great.
you know what? I'll still maybe I'll like it someday. You know.
Maybe
Yeah, I've
today.
pretty much given up on that series. Anyway, one last thing before we dive into the quest log. Vanessa
Yeah.
is going to read to us. She's going to give us her own personal rendition of Randy Pitchford's quotes following the release of Borderlands 4. Vanessa, take us away.
Hi, here's a special word or two or three from our friend Randy Pitchford. So here's the thing with this. We are very confident in our back-end online infrastructure and systems, and we're off to an insane start. Record-breaking. If you're not 4K
Seems like a
stubborn...
normal quote.
If you're not 4K stubborn and just want to have a great fun time with higher performance, please consider running at 1440p resolution.
That's like me. I'm not 4K stubborn. I
Every
just want the game to run good.
Yeah. Every PC gamer must accept the reality of the relationship between their hardware and what the software they are running is doing. With Borderlands 4, every PC gamer has a lot of tools to balance their preferences between FPS, resolution, and rendering features. If you aren't happy with the balance between these things you are experiencing, please tune your preferences using the tools available to you.
So far, Johnny, these all seem fucking reasonable.
If you are so attached to the idea that DLSS is bad for your game experience because of something you saw or read on the internet, I am sorry. I hope instead you would use the technology designed to give you the experience you want.
What's DLSS?
It's the thing where basically your game renders at 720p, and then they use machine learning coded into your graphics card to make it 4K. Like it sort of expands it like 8 or 10 times, and uses AI, but not AI. It's not AI based on the cloud. It's just internal to your system where they've trained it on a bunch of different games and that they've had the rights to. So there's no like copyright and weirdness to it. It's just
And
using
it's not emptying out a lake every time I play
yeah,
Borderlands.
exactly. It's just using your graphics card to modify to take a 720p image and make it a 4K image.
Speaking of coding, code your own engine and show us how it's done, please. We will be your customer when you can pull it off. The people doing it now are clearly dumb and don't know what they're doing, and all the support and recommendations and code architecture from the world's greatest hardware companies and tech companies working with the world's greatest real-time graphics engine coders don't know what you seem to know.
Don't forget /sarcasm.
/sarcasm.
I just like that he started out normal, and as he was tweeting through it, just got more and more confrontational and weird.
He's going through a tough time. Everyone's being real mean about his game just because it don't run good. But you know what? Maybe that's not the point of it. Maybe not every game is supposed to run good. Maybe sometimes the challenge of the game is just getting it to run. That's the way it was back in the 90s, and we liked it.
It was.
You bought a game for your PC, and you had no idea if that was going to run or not. Like, you could check
Yep.
your system specs ahead of time all you wanted to. It was a mystery. And that's part of what's fun and interesting about life. And you know what? Game stores back then, they let you return anything. You just have to show up and be like, it didn't run. And they're like, okie dokie, here you go. Here's money
You
back.
know, you think that would be true, but I got Space Quest 4 and the discs were fucked up. The last disc was fucked up and it installed eventually, but it like broke right during the last, basically the boss of the final encounter of the game, the final puzzles. And I brought it to the game store and they're like, oh no, there's so, you can't return a game. And I'm like, well, no, this doesn't work. There's something broken. It's like, you're probably like, because I was a little kid, like I was 12, they just were really patronizing and insulting. And it took like coming back 3 times that they actually took the game and found out that it was broken and gave me another copy.
Oh, that's terrible. I hate them.
Yeah.
I knew people that used GameStop like a 30-day rental service that you only had to pay for once back in the day. Anyway, quick aside, Jim has entered the Google chat and sent us notification that Vanessa is currently online on her Xbox playing House Flipper, house refurnishing. Vanessa, is this why your camera's not on?
No, my camera's not on because I don't look cute tonight. I am currently online playing House Renovation House Flipper, a game that I started and reported was not a good game, and I still stand by that, but I can't stop playing it. Oh, it's so relaxing.
But isn't house flipping actually terrible for the housing supply?
It's
And
terrible
they make
for the
themselves out
housing
to be-
supply.
And they make themselves out to be heroes by making housing more unaffordable and out of the reach of everyday people. Like there's some fucking hero just gaming the system and making money by doing basically nothing of value. Oh, I hate House Flippers so much. Those TV shows.
Well, listeners, I hope you're ready for what will essentially be a Johnny and Matthew two-hander.
What are you talking about? Just because my Xbox is on and the game is on, that doesn't mean I'm playing it right now. And
Is
in
the
fact,
controller
I
in
would
your hand?
say,
We can hear your Xbox controller clicking around.
look, if I was playing it, I've been doing a great job on the show so far, and I don't see why that would change.
She did just read
Maybe
all
I'm
those
better.
Randy Pitchford having a slow meltdown quotes.
Yeah.
So, before we dive into the quest log, please allow us to plug our streams. That's right, Square Roots on YouTube. What? Last week, Vanessa and I streamed a special episode of Date Everything.
It was very, very romantic evening.
Vanessa has no idea what. I thought Vanessa's poor attempts at guessing what my type would be was enough, but her attempts at guessing what Matt's type is somehow worse.
Yeah, weird stuff. I mean, for Vanessa, I think when it comes to Jim and I, because we're straight males, she just assumes like most attractive woman I can find must be that person's type. And that's not how types work, but don't worry about it.
Yeah, the one who looks most like Shakira with the biggest bazongas is gonna be. No, that's not Matt's thing. Okay, so Betty does have big bazongas. That's not her whole deal. She's also
No, that's
really
not her
nice.
whole deal. It's a big part of her deal, though.
And she has
looks
that
soft.
corset on.
Yeah, we had a good time. It was fun. That game was pretty entertaining. We talked to a cat clock that Vanessa fell in love with. We talked to a pirate who was obnoxious. We ended the evening talking to a video game controller that was so boring that Vanessa and I both tuned out completely for 10 minutes while it was going on, even though we were live on stream.
And
Was
then
Jennifer Hale as the controller? Sounds like
I don't remember.
I didn't
think
know.
I was looking and couldn't find that character in the IMDb cast list for some reason.
And
I did like the
ironically,
Shadow
that was
Lord.
the video game was our most successful date. She fell in love with us.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't do much other than play the video game with her, but she did go nuts for you. It was weird. Oh, we talked to a sex toy. We talked to a toaster. It was a good time.
Candelabra.
That's a fun game.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll see more of that in the future, but probably not. I suspect Vanessa's going to play the whole goddamn thing and then forget about it. We will be back next week. I believe Jim will be playing something. He's been threatening to play a VR game. Go for it, Jimmy. I promise I won't make fun of you for flailing around playing VR on camera. Yes, I will.
Setting up playing a VR game on stream is tough. I had to what do I have to do? Like put in my earbuds and then have the sound on. Like it's just kind of a mess. It's not easy because PS5 streaming not as good as PS4 streaming. It doesn't have like Robot Lady or anything.
Robot.
I don't know what that means. Anyway, go to youtube.com and search up the Square Roots podcast, and you will find our streaming every week, every single week. Never missed a week once. Plus, quite a lot of content from Jim's random weekend streams. He's played through a ton of games lately.
Like 60 games this year. It's bonkers.
And he is fixing to go hard in October. He has a long list of games that he wants to play.
About that book that we talked about doing a little book club episode about that sounded really fun, but I haven't started it yet because he has not bought the book I recommended, and I'm not going to start his book until he does, you know?
Yeah.
Because he burned me last year. He made me play a game and then never did a fucking episode about it. I'm not doing it again.
What game? Oh my God. I forgot about this.
I can't remember the name. You were in a submarine with like no cameras and you had to navigate via a map. And like sonar. It was hard but fun. I really enjoyed it and wanted to talk about it, and then we never did anything with it.
Maybe this year.
Nah. Anyway, we also want to heartily recommend our good friend, your lover, Johnny Brandon's channel, Bears and Games Neo.
I'm not your love. Just because I got this new microphone, thanks listeners, that makes me sound like a sensuous pile of honey and bass.
Pile of honey.
Honey bones.
Doesn't mean that I'm your lover. I am not your lover. I'm sorry.
He wants to be your lover.
If you want to be John's lover, you've got to get with his friends.
And I'm actually recording a shorty with my friend tomorrow. With my friend Teddy. Teddy and I are doing a first of a series where we look at one of us brings a game for the other one and is trying to show them that it's one of the most homoerotic games, the gayest games of all time. And I'm starting with the game Vigilante. And so offline, we'll play it through together. It's not like a streaming thing. And then so the video is just sort of us, the audio is us discussing it. And then I sort of show the gameplay relevant clips.
Oh, that's fun.
I think it's going to be fun. Yeah, Vigilante. It's a game where there's a gameplay component about punching big bear guys in the dick. And I found it very fascinating as a child and still do as an adult. So formative experience, Matt. It's a formative experience.
That's good. That's great. Matt, let me talk to you over here for just a second. Put your earmuffs on, John.
Okay, I'm just good.
Yeah. Johnny, why don't you go to the bathroom with the door open again?
Yeah. This guy's trying to replace us with Teddy. Can you believe this?
I know he is. What the fuck? Teddy?
Teddy. I mean, I got nothing against Teddy, but I didn't realize that it was that kind of thing. I mean, has he been trying to move in on our territory all along?
You know what's occurring to me? I get it. It makes sense because he's so much younger than us. So why wouldn't Johnny want to get him in on the...
You're absolutely right. It's one of those things where they push out the old talent. They're like, we need someone hot. We need someone new. We need someone young. And in comes the replacement. 40 years old, you're out of here. That's the way Hollywood works. And that's the way Johnny works too.
This is just like what happened to Johnny Carson and Jay Leno and David Letterman. It's real fucked up, and I'm not happy about it. But I guess he wants to get that Gen Z group. He wants to get those Gen Z viewers, Skibbity and Scat and Sigma. So I guess it makes sense. Maybe we should just step aside, Vanessa, you know?
Maybe it's time. Maybe it's time that we just retire and let the young people get on with their lives. I mean, there's all this talk about people staying in jobs too long these days, and maybe I would be happier just like in a little beach house feeding birds.
Maybe we should start our own thing where we only appeal to boomers. World War II was great. We won Vietnam. I can do it.
All right, Johnny, you can come back now.
Oh, sorry. I was talking with Teddy. He was saying that he wants to take the podcast in a new direction, much more experimental, like a lot of atonal forays into experimental music. And yeah, a lot less of this pop schmaltz, you know?
Well, that pop schmaltz paid for your new microphone, so I'm sorry it's not good enough for you anymore.
All right. Well, you know, you have fun with Teddy Ono, and we'll be off in the corner doing our own thing.
It's more like Teddy, oh yes.
Hey! Bears and Games Neo. Go check it out. Like, subscribe. Kiss Johnny in the lips. What do I care? Quack, 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 alert!
Jim, could you put in some dance air horn sounds? Like, you know, that kind of sound?
Yeah. What about some Sandstorm? Some Darude?
Yeah. Jim, put in some Darude. But make sure, make your own Darude, because we want, this has to go on Spotify, so we can't have actual
Darude.
Legally distinct Darude.
And put in that little stinger from Taskmaster, but again, like a parody version.
No thanks.
Oh.
No
Parody version. That's where Vanessa acted like a parrot through the entire Chore Chief episode. She was like, caw. Yeah, Chore Chief. That's Vanessa's legally distinct Taskmaster.
It is.
Parody.
That's right. I forgot Chore Chief, my legally distinct Taskmaster.
Last week, we blew up the fire-powered ship and somehow ended up back in Crafton. So we head from Crafton to the Library of Ancients.
Crafton. It was called Karzak.
Karzak.
Sid's grandson, Mid. What the fuck, Mid? What? Why is his name Mid? Does he hate this kid?
He must.
He had 3 grandchildren. One was loser, one was amazing, and then there was Mid.
Anyway, Sid's poor fucking grandson Mid is missing, and the library has been taken over by monsters. They tell us that Ifrit used to burn all the books that got possessed by monsters, but he quit or something.
That's weird.
I'm not pro book burning.
No, I'm not
What if the
either.
book is possessed and tries to kill you because it has demons in it?
That
Yeah, but I
sounds
just
like the
feel
kind
like-
of thing people just say.
Yeah, exactly. That is literally the kind of thing people just say that. Oh, that book is full of demons and demonic
Well, have
ideas,
you ever
like 2 men
considered-
kissing.
Have you ever considered that sometimes they're right? I mean, back in the early 2000s, they said that about the Harry Potter books, and I didn't believe them, but now I do.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey!
Hey,
Because she's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
This is a fun little dungeon with monsters that pop out of books.
Yeah, this library, you have to go on quite a walk. It's a ways away from Karnak. You do have to. It's not Crafton. That's the company that makes PUBG.
Publishes PUBG.
Sorry.
What's the
I did find
difference?
anytime I touch the desert, there's little patches of desert on the way. I might meet this chimera, and this chimera, he's a jerk. He
He's real
will party
tough.
wipe me. Yeah. I don't like it, man.
If you have a blue mage in your party, you can get Aqua Breath, which is pretty fucking strong.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good idea. But do you have to win the fight?
Yes.
Do you, or can you like get it and run away?
That's what I think you
don't
have to win the
know.
fight because you only learn it at the end where it like gives you that you learned.
Right. True.
So I assume you need to win the fight. I haven't defeated one of those things yet. You know, they're pretty tough. I do always keep learning on one of my dudes. I keep it on butts. I've got a question. Is your pool of learned abilities per player or per character, or is it
No.
like party-wide?
Yes.
Oh, that's
It's
good.
shared.
Yeah.
And once, if you switch one of your characters who's mastered Blue Mage over to Freelancer, they will have learning on without you needing to equip it.
Ooh.
Oh, well, that's useful. Because I've got a few good things. I got like the fire attack, fire breath, or whatever it was from these robots we fight later. That was pretty good. But yeah, so it's a long trek. to this library.
Okay. I didn't think it was that long, but whatever. It's fun. You kind of have to crawl through the stacks and stuff. It's a interesting little dungeon, but eventually we run across Ifrit and collect him like a Pokemon. Gotta
I
catch 'em all.
assumed that I was really smart in finding Ifrit through, because you have to kind of do a bunch of little crawling things. But then I realized, like, you need him to get past.
Yeah, you have to have him.
Yeah,
was like,
I had the
"Oh,
same
look how
experience.
smart Johnny is.
But you know what?
Eventually,
We were
get to
smart
the end of
because
the
we
dungeon.
did it before we were told to do it.
It's true.
Eventually, we get to the end of the dungeon where we find an unconscious mid and have to fight off a big demon named Byblos.
He wasn't unconscious in the GBA version. That's
He's
different.
not
Was he-
unconscious. He was just like standing with his back to the monsters.
Yeah, he was really
Yeah.
absorbed in the book he was looking at and not paying attention. It's pretty funny, actually. He's like, "Oh, what was that? Thought I heard a noise."
As Byblos dies, he mentions something about his master's seals being blown open. It sounds like the master needs to see a doctor.
Yeah. If your seals are blown open,
Oh.
like give it a rest for a couple days at least.
I thought he was trying to tell us that how great his master's was, and I'm like, "Look, I don't need to read a thesis. I don't care how much book learning you've done. It's not really my thing. I mean, share it with your professor." I thought that was a good joke. Unfortunately,
I
it
don't
did cause
get
Matthew and
it.
Vanessa. You get it?
I don't get it.
Like masters, like your master's thesis.
Okay, I get it. Thank you, Johnny.
No problem. Mid. I really liked I like all these different battles. Like the random encounters are different books that open to different pages with different monsters.
Yeah, I thought that was cute too. And I wonder, it would be fun if there was like a positive monster, like one of the
that
pages
healed
was
you?
like good. Yeah, I would have enjoyed that. But I like the
Wasn't
concept.
there something like that in Secret of Mana? Like one monster that came around just healed you or something?
I can't
Like
remember.
one of those games. Like had
I'm sure it's
something
not
like that.
a totally original idea of mine, but I think it would have been fun here.
I should have
This
had
is
a blue mage and see what happened when you used the blue mage abilities with the books, because I've been using the blue mage more because a lot of times like the boss is weak against a blue mage, and I've been really enjoying that, Vanessa.
I haven't been utilizing the blue mage enough, I think. I've been so into punching with my monk punching. I need to get more into like the magic systems and have fun with that.
There was a tough boss at the end, towards the end of this chunker, that the blue mage ripped through the first form of. That was very useful.
Yeah, you can get a lot of very powerful abilities via blue magic.
Oh wait, no, sorry, I'm not talking about blue mage, Vanessa. I meant geomancer. I meant like I should have equipped.
Oh my
a
gosh,
geomancer.
this totally changes everything.
Yeah,
Everything
because
Johnny's just said
I'm
recontextualized.
sorry. Yeah, like pretend that I didn't say anything in the past 5 minutes.
Okay. Johnny, are you still here? You haven't said anything for the past 5 minutes.
I wish I'd used the Geomancer in this book fight. I wonder what kind of book abilities this Geomancer could
It
have
does.
used.
So in the library, he mostly uses a flame spell, and there is one page of the books that gets healed by a flame spell. So that was fucking annoying.
Yeah, but most of the
but it does. It will one shot some of the book pages. I like it because this is an interesting set of fights because the books, when you defeat a monster, it'll be one monster, but when you defeat it, it'll flip to another page. You'll have to go through a run of 3 or 4 bad guys.
You don't think there's a RNG element to this, do you?
Well, each because it's
it wasn't always the same.
Yeah, it was a bunch of different page numbers. I think each page number had a different set of monsters you fight.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, but like back in the day, could they do that kind of RNG of like the monster would be truly random of what flipped through?
It's not random because I think whatever page you get, whatever page you get is random, but the monster you get from that page is not random.
Yeah, like page 167 is always blank monster.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Anyway, we defeat Byblos, and then we head back to the library entrance with Mid in tow. He mentions that he could probably fix the fire-powered ship, but he leaves. He just bails to go find Sid.
Mm-hmm.
We head back to Krakoom.
This is the first of the where is Sid and Mid to enable the next part of the quest. This one's not too hard because there's only basically 2 ways you can go, and one's a desert you can't pass through. So it's not that way.
Well, we eventually find them on the 2nd floor of the pub. This game gets me, and I get this game. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Sid is all down in the dumps, but Mid convinces him not to give up, and they head off to fix the fire-powered ship for us. So that's exciting. We have a ship now.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yay!
This game blows through transportation methods like no other Final Fantasy game I've ever seen.
Where is Boko?
Where'd Boko go? They talk about Boko, but you don't really see
you
Boko.
can. I saw Boko.
What?
Mm-hmm. Later, though.
Oh, I miss Boko.
Me too. He was
I
our
went
best
back
friend.
to where? I went back somewhere, and the people of the village had found Boko, and he was like in bed resting because he was injured because there was an earthquake or something, and he got hurt. So he must have been near the meteor where we left him.
Yeah.
Well, I'm upset that he's injured,
Stop
but I'm
rubbing your
happy that
head
he's being
on my
taken
laptop.
care of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right. Like, there's so many different forms of transportation in this game, and a lot of them get sunk or like captured in some kind of whirlpool.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
We lose them.
Yeah.
So at this point,
when Mid
Galef
comes in, he's like hitting Sid and being like, because Sid's like, I don't know what to do. I ruined the world. And Mid's like, you dumb idiot, you stupid bitch. And like hits him. He's like, you gotta keep trying. You can't just give up now, you dumb piece of garbage. And Gal's like, Matt. What? And Galef is like,
I should put my phone away.
Galef is
Galef finally explains what's going on. What?
because it reminds him of Kryle.
Mm-hmm.
His
Kryle?
little granddaughter.
Yeah, he gets his memory back watching this beautiful grandfather-grandson relationship.
And he remembers when Kryle was disappointed at him and punching him in the same... I like the little punchy animation. It was really cute.
So it turns out that Galef and some pals sealed an evil sorcerer named ExDeez on this planet 30 years ago using the powers of the crystals.
That's
Apparently
cool, I guess, but... They didn't seal him very well.
No, it only lasted 30 years. And then the Galuf gang all used the meteors to travel back here to this planet from their home planet to try and stop X-Death from breaking the seal.
Well, and what
That's why
they
there's been
did
so many
was-
meteors, because Galuf came in the first one, and the werewolf came in the second one, and some knight or somebody came in the other one, and I can't remember if we've seen him. Did he die? I feel like he died.
Probably. But
So you told me that Galuf is a space alien.
Yeah, Spalian.
Mm-hmm.
He from outer space, which is pretty cool. They don't really
wild,
Yeah,
man.
it's not like he's
Yeah.
he's zipping around the galaxy in his. It's like he's there from the next planet over. You know what I mean? It's like
He's
they're
not-
from Mars.
he's not-
That's
Alf.
still an alien.
However, I did like their X-Death sealing plan. They're like, okay, this X-Death guy really sucks and he's ruining our planet. How about we trap him up in a little ball and throw him at this other planet? Because who the fuck cares about this other planet? That was their plan, and frankly, I respect it. I think it was a great plan. In the PlayStation 1 original, I think it might have been Chris Sasaki that mentioned this on the Discord. His name was ExDeez.
XDs.
XD's nuts.
Oh,
Yeah, exactly.
I love it.
Good old ExDeez.
So we decide to use the fire-powered ship to go to Crescent Island for some reason. It's a island shaped like a crescent.
Well,
Yep.
because I looked around, I was like, okay, where haven't I been? I was looking at this map, and I thought, this crescent-shaped island seems appealing. Because there's a library or some kind of ruin or temple or something in the middle of the map in a lake. It's not that place. You can't get there because it's surrounded by mountains.
Yeah.
So the only other place I thought was interesting was this backward sea.
Yeah, there is. If you explore some before you go there, people will tell you to go there because I don't remember. They say somebody tells you there's something buried under Crescent Island.
Yeah. I think someone in like,
I believe it's the
Kazam.
town of Jackal.
oh, Jakku?
Jackal is the. So I was going to say before we go to Crescent Island, it's time to go cruising in our fire-powered ship.
Yeah.
Whoa, did you guys do
Yeah.
anything? Did you do anything fun?
No.
Not this time. I did in the next vehicle. I did a bunch of exploring, but not with this vehicle. I pretty much made a beeline.
I explored.
Well, I made a beeline to that temple that you can't get to, and then I made a beeline to the backward sea.
I went to a town called Jackal and bought some stuff, and then also they told me about Crescent Island and how I needed to go there. And there was a cave outside of Jackal called Jackal Cave, and in Jackal Cave were some squirrels. And sometimes the encounter would be with a gray squirrel called a skull digger that gave you 20 AP. So I spent 4 hours grinding AP in
Oh.
this cave like an adult.
That's a pretty good
And
amount
that's
of
why
IP.
I have all the jobs maxed out.
All at what? No, you don't. You can't.
Well, I have all the physical jobs maxed out for the boys and all of the magical jobs maxed out for the girls, and a little bit of mixed in there because everybody can use some thief, you know? That's some pretty high agility that you get.
That's
That
true.
thief job.
It's a little bit of a gendered choice, but I'll respect it nevertheless because, you
Yeah.
gotta respect the grind.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just in the middle of it and was like, I don't know. Just girls, magic, boys, fight. I don't care.
Girls are magic.
I also went to a town called Istory up north. If you circle out west around the islands, through the islands, around the continent, there is an island called Istory where you can get your first bard spell. Whoa, we don't have a bard yet. And if you go out of the town, if you go into the town, people will talk about how there are lightning storms in the forest. And if you go into the forest, you will encounter Ramu.
What's a Ramu?
Catch 'em all.
Because I don't know if the
Ramumon.
translation's a little different. It did just say there was a
And since
mysterious
Johnny is
old...
muted, I'll go ahead and keep talking about Ramu. That's right. I've got Ramu,
Yeah.
the lightning lord or whatever. He's a summon.
I don't think I did
People
go
in
get
the town were
Ramu.
like-
I'm sad.
There's an old man in some robes who blasts you with magic, and I'm like, oh yeah, huh? I guess I'll forget about that and never go check it out.
Mm-hmm.
They
Well,
also
I got
talk
it,
about
so-
how there's like treasure behind the waterfalls, and the waterfall's super interesting. I couldn't go to the waterfall.
You can't.
I tried.
Yeah, you can't do anything with that waterfall. I don't know. Maybe we come back here later.
Yeah, I bet it's a later thing.
Did
if
we
you
talk
get
about?
Ramu,
I'm sorry.
you have to beat him first, but then Ifrit will pop out and say like, "Lord Ramu, join us in our fight," and so he joins you as a summon.
Oh, I do remember Freet talking to someone. Maybe I did get Ramu. Did we talk about getting Golem last time?
No, I haven't got Golem.
I got Golem.
Does he come with his precious?
I got Golem up on a mountain.
Do you have to chase
Oh.
down Bilbo if you want to get him?
No, I went up on a... It was the mountain where we got the dragon grass. We haven't done that yet, have we?
Oh,
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we
that was
did
last-
do it.
Yeah, I know where that mountain is.
Oh, here's a flash update. Jim is playing I Am Not a Human, which is a game I recommended to him, and he asked me if I wanted to play it with him, and I said yes, and now apparently he is taking this opportunity to play it all by himself, and it's totally fine. So on the mountain, you will see a golem. The first time you see him, he attacks you once and then runs away. And then the next time you see him, he's being attacked by 2 monsters that will turn their back to you. And he says, "Help me, help me." And if you defeat those monsters and keep him alive, then he'll join your party. That's a true story.
Well, I'm gonna go back and see if I can get him because that sounds pretty cool. I feel like there was another bard in like Kazar. What's it? Karnak. There's another bard. Like basically, I think it's almost like the pianos. There's a bunch of bards around each town, and you can kind of talk to them.
Yeah, there's one in Lix, which we will go to later, and there's one in the Crescent Town, I think.
Yeah, so I've been getting bard spells. I can't figure out what they do.
Well, you have to have a bard.
I do have a bard. Like I've had a bard. I made sure they had a harp, and I couldn't
It's
figure
just
out what
a
was
command.
happening.
It's sing. It's like picking magic spells. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but they didn't seem to do anything. Like it would just kind of not do anything. I'm like, okay,
One
well,
will
fuck
cast
you then.
Confuse on everything. One will cast Regen on all your people.
What? What?
You know, if you go into the menu and you go into your spells, you can just look at them, right? And you can hit Y and it'll tell you what it does.
I don't like this attitude you got there, Van Zandt.
10 years. Learn how to use the menus.
That's fine.
Eventually,
I'm
we
that
decide
impression.
to head to Crescent Island and immediately lose the fire-powered ship to an earthquake. Fuck you, game.
No.
This
My
was
beautiful
very
ship.
irritating. And it also didn't make a lot of sense. Because, like, there's an earthquake, and so the ship just sinks.
Yeah.
Yep.
Really
There's
how
a
boat
little
work.
water, not a water spout, a funnel. What do you call that?
A
A
whirlpool.
vortex. Whirlpool, that
whirlpool.
swallowed up the ship, and then like the guy in the town's like, "Oh, so your ship got caught in a whirlpool, loser!" You're like, "Well, wow, I don't like this town. This town sucks."
Yeah, they're real mean. They're real, like, rude about it. And they seem to, like, act as if it's your fault somehow. Like, you should have realized that your ship would be caught in a whirlpool, idiots.
Yeah.
They're
Everyone
also
knows
really
that.
proud of how like all the monsters and like items they have in Crescent are the same as this other town in the like these old ruined towns in the Western continent. They're like, it's like we're the same.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't think about that, but you're right. I guess that's why something happens later. So, one thing we learned is that there is a black chocobo in a forest nearby, and guess what black chocobos can do? They can
purple.
fly.
Quack.
They're purple.
Wark?
Quark?
I'm good at telling what color is what. That's not a black chocobo. That's a purple chocobo.
Okay. I mean, oranges are orange, but bananas aren't banana, Johnny, so it's fine.
That's a good point.
Bananas aren't banana. You're right.
So we find the black chocobo and have to chase it around this forest. Yay.
I didn't really have a problem chasing it around. I got it pretty quick there.
Yeah, it's not hard. Butts tries to fly the black chocobo, but it crashes. Mm-hmm. And then it spits out 2 new crystal shards.
Yeah, I guess it's the ones from the fire ship.
Yes. No. Maybe? No? I don't know. Whatever. It's Bard and Ranger. Now we have Bard and Ranger. They're not great. Honestly, they're not great.
Well, now that you tell me the Bard has regen, that's something I gotta use for sure. Ranger's okay. I haven't used its like animal ability where it like throws animals at you. A lot of these abilities like don't work. And I get really frustrated when I'm like, oh, here's a new class. Let me try their ability. And just nothing happens. And it doesn't tell you why or what's wrong. And I'm like, okay.
Well, and the Ranger just misses a lot. It seems to have a much higher percentage of just completely missing, which sucks.
Are you using the bows?
Yes.
Maybe
some sort of fool?
Yeah. I mean, no, I don't. Of course,
I use the menus, Johnny. Anyway, now the black chocobo can fly, so we leave Crescent Island and head back to the Library of Ancients. However, first I went to the town of Licks.
Yeah, I did. Butts is from Licks.
Yep, Butts is from the town of Licks. You can learn a little bit about his past via some cutscenes here. You can watch a cutscene about his dad and like the fact that his dad was an adventurer, and we learn a bit about that. You learn about you watch the really dark scene of Butts is sick and his mom is taking care of him and his dad is there and she's like, I know you're leaving again, talking to his father, and he's like, I'm not leaving again, I'm sticking around, we need to spend some time as a family. And then the mom goes to busy herself making dinner or something, and the father goes over to Butts, and Butts is like, you're leaving, huh? And he's like, yup.
No, I gotta go get some cigarettes. I'll be right.
Yeah, I'll be back in no time. Just sit tight.
Before he can, Mom starts coughing and fucking dies.
I hate it when that happens. When, like, you're gonna abandon your family and then your spouse just, like, up and abandons the family first by dying.
Yep.
The worst.
We also learn about Butts' fear of heights. He was climbing on top of a tall building once and fell off. Sad.
Mm-hmm. Very sad, very scary. Very relevant to the plot.
I also went back to Tycoon Castle. Maybe this is where I found Boko, actually. I went back to Tycoon Castle. I got some cutscenes here that I thought exposed a secret or a twist from later in the game, but maybe I went back later than I thought. So I'll save it for later. Back at the library, Sid and Mid tell us that King Tycoon has been spotted in the desert of the Shifting Sands, and they lead us there.
But he dead.
I thought he was dead too, but he not dead because they sawed him.
Whoa.
They seen it. Mm-hmm. We can't cross the desert of the Shifting Sands, but they use a bell to summon a sandworm, which we use as a bridge over the Shifting Sands.
Well, first you gotta kill it.
Kill it.
Yeah. This seems like kind of rude. Like, I'm going to summon you and kill you and use your corpse as a bridge.
And we could have ridden it across the desert like in Dune.
Mm-hmm. They can't. They're not the lipstick cataract. They can't do that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm. I like this fight if you accidentally... Because basically there's 3 holes the worm can come out of if you
Yeah, there are.
If you hit the wrong hole, or where the if the worm moves out of the hole when you're about to hit it, and then you hit the wrong hole, it like casts gravity at you. That was pretty fun. I liked it.
Yeah, like a whack-a-mole.
Yeah, these you cross the worm bridge, and then the sand. It's not much of it. It's not really a dungeon. It's a pretty short little trek across the desert.
I found a pyramid in it, but it was locked.
Oh wow!
Yeah, there is stuff in this. Vanessa, you're a completionist? Did you spend 20 minutes trying to find everything in there?
I didn't actually. I was aware of the pyramid, and I assumed that the game would kind of put me back at the pyramid when it wanted me to be there, so I didn't spend a lot of time dealing with it. I say assumed, but again, I did play this game recently. I just don't have any memory of it because I played it on a plane.
Well, because you played on the plane, and the plane crashed, and then you woke up. You're like, "Where am I? What's going on?"
Yeah. And every day...
This is not a short game, so that must have been the longest plane ride ever.
I mean, I think I played it over the course of a few plane rides.
There's probably that one trip where Vanessa had tummy problems and had
Yes, it was. It was indeed. So I undoubtedly was playing it in my hotel room with my tummy problems. And
running a fever, and that's why you don't remember it.
That is quite likely. Good mystery solving, Johnny.
Anyway, after we make our way through the shifting sands, we find the town of Gone. A ruined town. Get it? It's gone. Ugh.
I liked this town because, the king kept peeking out of random corners, being like, "Woohoo!
Yeah, you can't catch me! I'm over here!"
I think by this point, like Matt, I'd gone back to Tycon, and there was a revelation about Sarissa.
Mm-hmm. Ferris. You mean Ferris?
Ferris, yeah. Who apparently in the the PS1 version was called Salsa.
Salsa?
That's a good name. I like that more.
Yeah.
So the king keeps walking off screen so that we can't catch him, but eventually we catch up to him in a ruined building. But as we do, the floor caves in.
Ah! Aww. Classic king
I don't know
prank.
that I even got this cutscene. I may have, because I went to Tycoon first, I may have gotten it there instead. I don't really know, but the guide that I was reading when I was doing the notes said that Ferissa reveals that she is Lena's long-lost sister. Ferris reveals that she is Lena's long-lost sister, Sarissa. Whoa. The two pink-haired girls with matching amulets? No way.
Yeah, I mean, I had gotten a cutscene where Lena accused Ferris of being her sister. She's like, "You're my sister, aren't you?" And Ferris is like, "No." And she goes, "Well, but you have the same amulet that I do." And she's like, "Whatever, goodbye." Ran away.
Oh, I got a cutscene where they both realized they were sisters and had a flashback about being in school and her putting the baby away and yeah.
Yeah, I think I got that after this.
It cuts to later and she's pushed the beds together. It was cute. Anyway, we're trapped underground, but thankfully we find a warp point and we hop in and it's broken.
Oh no.
Cut to Sid and Mid flying the Black Chocobo back to its home on Crescent Island. In the Black Forest, they fall through a hole in the ground.
I like this. The amount of coincidence in this game is pretty amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Why were Sid and Mid flying the Chocobo back there in the first place?
Well, we told them
they wanted to make
take
sure it
care
got home
of it.
safely.
Oh, that's sweet.
Asked them to take care of the Chocobo, and they decided to take the Chocobo all the way back to Crescent Island, I guess.
With apparently no plan on how to get home. So, good thinking.
Maybe they were just going to go live on Crescent Island.
I guess so. Anyway, we wake up we kind of wake up somewhere. We wander through some rooms. There's a place to rest. There's a weird little bit of hit the where it's giving you instructions like hit the lever. Now go to the next room and read this scroll. Now hit the button. Now go to the next room and look in the urn. Anyway, eventually a wall opens, and guess who we find?
Sid and Mid.
Sid and Mid.
Yay! Yes, Sid and Mid are randomly there, and they help us out, and it's great.
Apparently, we warped to Crescent Island. Well, maybe Crescent Island and the town of Gone are connected.
I think they must be.
Whoa.
And we find an airship because there's two ships there. There's the fire-powered ship and the airship, and you can tell
they
the
look
airship is different
exactly
'cause
alike.
it has propellers.
Yeah, that's the only difference.
Yeah.
Airship, airship. It's time to fly the airship. We're gonna fly around on our airship. Airship time for Butts and Gang.
You still
get an
can't.
airship.
Yeah, you still can't land the airship anywhere or everywhere. And
You can't land it in forests or on mountains or in the water. You
Yeah.
can land it on flat plains.
You can
and
land it in the
deserts.
water, and then it becomes a regular ship.
Oh,
can
really?
you?
Yeah.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
I
at
didn't
least in
try
my
that.
version.
Airship to ship.
John is always bragging about his version. I got news for you, pal. We're playing the best version. If your version can do it, ours can do it better.
Okay.
That's probably
Sir,
right.
sir.
But we're not always clever enough to utilize every feature and system.
Well, why the hell would you want to park it in water? It flies.
Yeah,
Well,
park it in
true.
the
sail it
sky.
around.
I was having fun doing both. I'd be like, splish, splash, I'm in the water, but airship. And then I go into airship mode, and then I flew around a lot and tried to get into that waterfall and couldn't do it. And then I thought that the next place to go to was this cave full of deadly squirrels that you've mentioned before. But I was like, why can't I go to, why isn't the earth crystal here? This seems to be implying that the earth crystal's here. What am I
That's
doing
what I
wrong?
thought
I tried to
too.
climb every single wall and that didn't work. I don't have ×4 boost on, so these squirrels only gave me 5 AP, which was very disappointing. The tough ones.
Still a lot.
Did you
Most
get
things in this game give you 1 AP max.
It's true. Did you get the squirrel's ability to summon suddenly 5 more of those death squirrels? That made
That's not
me
something it
laugh.
casts on you, so.
Sorry?
So that's not something it casts on you.
No, but what I mean is, did you see that happen? Because
Yes.
that made me laugh pretty
But then
hard.
most of them will run away. These squirrels only have 1 HP, but they're very dexterous, so it's hard to hit them. But there are a few ways to cheese it.
Yeah, like shurikens will always, almost any thrown, those ninja throw things will kill them immediately. The blue
mage
ability
question mark spell
Yeah,
will
that'll
always
work.
hit.
So I had to keep
So I
hitting.
found myself in a weird position where it hits them for the amount of HP you've lost. So if I had full HP, I had to, many times I would have to go in and control a squirrel so that it would attack Butts so that he could then cast the blue.
Okay, I just hit him with like my weak character, like a priest or whatever.
Oh, I didn't think about that. That's so much smarter.
So there is one thing I noticed, like in the ruins of Karnak. Remember when the Karnak was on fire? I found a ribbon, and I'm like, and someone mentions later, like, oh, the ribbon's the most powerful accessory you can find in the game. And I'm like, well,
But
why
you can't
can't
use
I?
it.
Why can't I equip it on anybody? It turns out that the different those
Dancer.
things are they limited by class? I thought they were limited by who. Like, I thought only Galuf could equip that power armband. I thought it was per person, but it might be per class.
I believe it's per class. I believe only the dancer can
Oh.
equip the ribbon. And maybe the freelancer. We'll see.
Yeah, because I had like the elven mantle, and that was really useful because that like dodges attacks pretty often. I think that's the only 2 I have so far, or 3. I have ribbon, but I couldn't equip it on anyone. But I have
No,
power.
ribbon's a
armband.
helmet. So you can't, that's not an accessory.
Oh, it's a helmet. Oh, interesting. Okay.
Anyway, after wandering around and maybe catching up with some stuff that you may have missed, we have to fly back to the town of Gone. You don't have to go there. You just have to fly by it, and then the ground will open up, and the entire town lifts off into the sky.
Whoa.
And I was like, now I just have to go find this thing. Where'd he go? Where'd this town go?
Yeah, it's not immediately obvious why you can go around the whole world. It's not there. Turns out that it is too high. Sid and Mid tell us of an ancient civilization that used the Earth crystal to make their city fly, but they realized it was bad news. So they turned it off. However, someone has turned it back on. But it's too high. We can't reach it.
Well, Matt, I thought before I found the floating, or saw the cutscene with the floating town, I went to where Sid and Mid should be in the dock, the underwater dock thing, and they weren't there.
It's called Catapult.
Catapult. Okay, they weren't in Catapult, so I left Catapult and then went to the library and stuff, and they weren't there either. And I was just getting really mad at the game. Then I saw this thing, and I was like, but I didn't go back to Catapult because I tried before and they weren't there. But apparently, Vanessa's like, no, you got to go back to.
Yeah, gotta go back to Catapult.
I was getting very annoyed, and it only gets worse in this chunker of the "Where is Sid and Mid now?" adventure.
Mm-hmm.
So Sid tells us to go get some adamantite, which is located in the original meteor from the beginning of the game. And that he can use that to reinforce the hull or something so we can fly higher.
Mm-hmm.
So
we go, we get it.
Higher. Apologize.
And as we leave, we have to fight an Adamantoise. Whoa.
Yeah.
Adamantoise.
I love it. I think my favorite version of the Adamantoise is the incredibly huge one in Final Fantasy 12. Remember when you see it walking around and it's just this enormous thing? That was great.
Is it the one in 15 that's like a 12-hour fight or something?
Oh, I haven't done that yet.
I think Jim fought that.
Yeah,
Is that the one he
wanna play
fought
15.
and then he crashed his car into the side of a mountain and lost all his progress?
I think you're right.
Wow.
Anyway,
they all woke
once
up in their underwear.
Once the Adamantoise is dead, we return the adamantite to Sid, who reinforces the ship. And it's time for us to assault the flying ruins. Cat.
Mm-hmm.
She keeps jumping up next to me. Pay attention to me, and start petting her, and she bites me. Fuck off.
I love it when a cat's like that.
Yeah, you fell for my
I
trick.
don't.
You love that cat. She's your favorite. She's your favorite thing.
I tolerate that cat because
I
love
found
my
it.
children.
I was driving home the other night, and right by my place, there was a cat in the middle of the road. And I thought, okay, I'll just creep up towards it, and it'll run away. That cat did not move. That cat was just sit there. So I had to back up and make a big, wide arc around it. And I went back outside, and the cat was staring at some rabbits. And I got up right next to the cat. Normally, you're a stranger. The cat just kind of blinked at me, and then went back to staring at the rabbits and having its tail twitch. So I was like, okay, we need to get this cat out of the road. How about if I start some shit? So I went back to my apartment, called Porky, and she followed me out to the road, and she saw this cat. But then she just stared at the rabbits too. She wasn't sitting in the middle of the road, but she was sitting in the middle of the alley, staring at the rabbits. But eventually the white cat moved to try and get closer. I don't think it was ever going to actually jump at the rabbits. It just wanted to think that it was cool enough to fight these rabbits.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just wanted to look at them and think about them.
I just wanted to get it out of the middle of the road, and that cat was not moving. I've never even seen this cat before. The big tomcat.
Whose cat was it?
How would I know?
I'm glad that Porky didn't fight this cat because I would worry for her safety.
I didn't want him. I would have stopped them from fighting. And usually she doesn't immediately fight. She'll just meow alarmed at it. I just wanted to get the cat to move and thought that seeing another cat would get it to either bolt or come towards it. I just wanted to get that cat out of the road, Vanessa, without actually touching the cat. because this is a weird cat. And those rabbits are, I think, being fed by kids in the neighborhood, and they are not fazed by anything. It's really weird.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's not good. There's a
Nope.
rabbit. There are rabbits around here sometimes, and I actually saw one run out from under my back deck. I don't know if it has its little hovel in there, but they will bolt at the first sign of a person. They are
Yeah, these
not
ones just
interested
kinda
in
hang
having
out.
friends.
It's very weird. And I wonder what would, like, I assume these rabbits are going to get killed the second a coyote comes in. Although I haven't seen, because they've been doing so much construction around there haven't been coyotes around the neighborhood as much as there were before.
So maybe the rabbits are taking advantage of it.
Sit in mid, huh? Like, why do they keep? So you had the same problem as I did of trying to figure out where sit in mid had gone to.
Yeah, I think I had to
throughout
look
this
it up.
chunker?
As I recall, I did me a Google. I mean,
I
guess
did
they just
too.
kind of have their own things going on, and they don't want to hang around. And
Generally, this game's been pretty good about, like, in the latest town, if you talk to everyone, they'll mention a place, and then that's where you go. And that's why I got annoyed by those waterfalls, because I found this town, and they kept talking about their waterfall and how there's treasures there, and there's nothing. And then that other place with the adventure cave, and that wasn't a thing. I got real annoyed. I did like that that town has a pub with, like, a dancing lady that will give you and a special friend like a double lap dance.
is that a
And
thing?
there's a
Like, if you go to a strip club, will they give you and a special friend a double dance?
Vanessa. I've been to one strip club once. It was called La Calèche de Sex, and I went there because my friends were dancers there. And my boyfriend at the time was he's bisexual, but he hadn't really explored it yet, and he's like, I want to see a vagina up close. And so my friend gave him, like, a real up close dance. I'm like, so that's what that looks like. It was a little awkward, but he enjoyed it. She looked like Lara Croft, like, sort of like, because she was like 6 foot and just had, like, she was just really powerfully built. She's built like there's a character in Tekken called Julia Chang who's very much built like her, but she would cosplay as Lara Croft a lot because she sort of had the long black hair and, like, very strong build. Cool lady.
There used to be. Sorry, go ahead.
She did, like, motorcycle calendars and stuff later.
Oh,
Like,
cool.
those sort of things you find in the she got a good career out of it.
Rad.
Yeah.
There used to be a place in Seattle that was like one of those very old-fashioned peep show places where you, like, go and you sit and put a nickel in and then, like, curtains open and that you could see a stage with dancers and people would, like, sit around sort of in a circle, basically. And I never went there, but I had friends who went as a lesbian couple together, and they said that if you go with your girlfriend, the girls will notice that you're 2 women together, and they'll come over and do a little lesbian show for you, which I thought was pretty charming.
Ooh. Yeah, Matt, you missed all our sex worker talk.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, we head to the Flying Ruins. But first we have to destroy 4 cannons. It's pretty easy. And then we have to fight the Master Cannon. It's great.
I thought the
And we fight,
cannons
like,
were
3 more
harder than
cannons.
I...
I don't know.
I got wiped by one of those missile cannons because it does a confuse. It, like, shoots a confuse
Whoa.
missile, and it confused, like, my healer and was healing all the cannons. And then it confused my monk, and then my monk just beat everyone to death.
Terrible. That is a big confusion. I don't think I've ever been so confused that I beat someone to death.
I did get the flamethrower ability from the flamethrowers here, and that's actually pretty useful.
I bet. Johnny loves throwing flames.
Yep, I like burning enemies to death. It's called burning.
Anyway, we're finally able to infiltrate the Flying Ruins, and it's a big old fucking dungeon.
I
Yep.
want to talk
Pretty
about
big.
that gun. I want to talk about the big gun that announces like all its statuses in pretty funny writing.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
sensors online, multi-wave coming, sensors now super online.
Yeah.
it
I'm
was
really going to do the attack. Stand by any minute now.
I liked this boss fight a lot, actually. And I did find you could actually retreat and save between. So after I killed one wing of two guns and then the other wing, I'd save in between. Like you could land the ship and then go to the end and come back. So it took, I just kind of did it in stages so that I didn't have to keep redoing it because I died.
The version that Matt and I are playing has a quick save function.
Mm-hmm.
Mine does, but it quits the game. So it's only like if you need to pick it up later.
Okay. That's a cool idea, though, for that era of game when they still
Yeah.
had save spots and stuff. Like, acknowledge that sometimes people have unexpected needs to quit suddenly.
Yeah, I think for a portable game, that's a real. Well, even for non-portable games, it's a good idea. But yeah, especially for portable games where you might have to put your GBA away because your teacher's like noticing you're playing it or whatever.
Yeah, your mom comes into your room and she's like, I told you to stop
Why
playing
aren't you
video
masturbating?"
games. Masturbate like a healthy young man. There are girls
well,
out
that's
there
not what
just
my
waiting
mom
to go
said.
parking.
She'd never learned how to knock, Matt, ever.
Oh,
I still haven't learned how to
no.
knock either.
Oh, no.
I like to keep kids on their toes. So we head through this dungeon and eventually we run across King Tycoon and an Archaeoavis, a flying snake thing. This thing's hard. It switches elemental properties mid-fight, and when you kill it, it comes back from the dead.
That was so
And,
rude.
like, the first form seemed only weak to magic, but when it comes back, it was only weak to physical. And I just had a really badly like magic only party, so I basically couldn't do anything to it when it
Oh,
was.
no.
So you know what? I took some time. I explored this entire dungeon. I found like all the treasure. This was actually a great dungeon. I thought the design was good. There were some like fun pit traps and stuff you can get stuck in. But if you have a geomancer in your party, you float over the pit traps, which is cool.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, you can't walk over. You won't fall. Is basically so it's a good shortcut. And the geomancer, not the blue mage, I keep mixing them up, is the one that basically would do 1500. Like my first geomancer attack on the Archaeopteryx or whatever it's called did 1500 points of damage, and like it was just wasting him, and that was great.
Nice.
Yeah, I like the geomancer.
So we kill this thing, and unfortunately, the Earth crystal still shatters. We suck at this. All of the crystals have shattered. We are the worst warriors of light of all time.
Yeah.
Well, it's because like the king is sort of trying to shatter it because he's possessed. He's possessed by
Yeah.
evil.
He's possessed by X-Death.
Kingy. That's our dad.
We do get some new jobs, though. Dragoon, Samurai, Chemist, and Dancer.
Ooh,
I
a
have
private
not
dancer?
messed with chemist at all.
Me neither.
Chemist is apparently really weak physically, but once you get its mix ability, becomes a game-breaking.
Well, when I got attacked, well, we'll talk about it. But yeah, I switched one of my characters to dancer. But we'll get there in a second. This was definitely like the, I guess, end of Act 1 kind of dramatic moment because your dad.
Yeah, this is where we should have stopped.
Yeah, your dad gets possessed, and then ExDeath shows up and is like, "Oh, I'm ExDeath. You guys are."
Well, the crystals are shattered, so the seal is broken, and he's going to return to his home planet
that's
and
why.
not die on the way home.
Well, there's no rule that says that we can't just stop the episode here and pick it up next week.
Yeah, actually, that's probably a good idea. This is a good place to stop. What do you think, Matt?
Yeah, let's get through one more paragraph here.
Sure.
Okay.
Because this is a good cliffhanger, I think. Galif's granddaughter shows up. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little ahead of myself. ExDeez shows up and monologues at you for a moment. But now that the king has served his purpose, ExDeez releases his mind control just in time for the king to die.
No!
Sorry, girls.
Daddy!
Galif's granddaughter shows up here, I think. She
Well, yeah,
also
yeah.
traveled here in a
it's
meteor.
a cutscene. Yeah, it's a great cutscene of the meteor falling from the sky. I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
And she just bursts through the wall like she's a Kool-Aid man.
And
Oh,
Galif
yeah.
decides to take his granddaughter and head home. He's going to return to his world to fight ExDeez, and he takes off in his meteor. That's not how meteors work.
Well,
No.
his meteor has a return function.
The rest of the gang, now a party of 3, can wander around for a bit, but the game pretty quickly prompts you for a cutscene, and we decide, even though Galif told us not to follow him, he doesn't want us to come
Well, he
with
wouldn't
him
let us.
to his planet because we would be stranded there. That doesn't make sense. You're going back and forth via meteor. Why can't we do that? Whatever. We decide that we are going to follow Galif to whatever Galif's planet is called. You know, they've not told us the name of his planet.
No. Maybe it doesn't
Galifland.
have a name.
Gillifinland.
Milfland.
Yeah, Milfland.
Milfland. And so we will leave off there a little ahead of schedule. And that's fine because I'll just save this stuff and have a shorter bit of notes next week.
Yeah.
There you go. ExDeez is free. Galif has left the party, and we have resolved to head to another planet. Next time on Square Roots, Vanessa tells us where we're going to play to.
Uh-oh. I'm not prepared for that. I was hoping Jim would
me
do
neither.
it.
No, Jim doesn't know how to do things.
That walkthrough had a pretty good breakdown. Let me see.
Yeah.
But every time we guess from a walkthrough, we get fucked.
It's true.
We'll make our
do.
best
Let's
estimate, and that's all anyone would ask of us.
See. Well, why don't we say we're going to play to the end of Galif's world, and if we don't get that far,
Yeah.
oh well.
Yeah. Oh, well. If you don't like it, write in and complain to Jim Banks at...
JimBanks.com.
Jim
Jim
Banks
and
at
Vanessa and I will
jimbanks.com.
Jim and Vanessa and I will get it done. And Johnny will try his best.
He'll try his best.
I did great. I
Oh,
finished
nobody-
it last night.
Honestly, I'll play for 5 or 6 hours of actual game time, not messing around time. And when I get to a good stopping point, I'll let you know. But
Yeah.
for now, let's say we're going to play to the end of Galif's world. Maybe it's not super long. I don't know.
Yeah. Nobody's
episode
blaming you,
2?
Johnny, for not doing it
I
as
am.
quickly as we are, because you have a totally
do.
different... Matt is
That was a
blaming
choice
you.
he made.
Yeah, that's
It
true.
was. I could have played the easy version. I could have not, or I could have used a walkthrough.
Easy
The whole
version. I beg your
Well-
pardon.
Okay, sorry.
It's super easy, and you know it.
Oh.
I don't know. It just doesn't have the boosts. I think that's the big difference. Is it doesn't have the experience and money boost.
Whoa, late-breaking hot gaming news.
Whoa.
The Trails in the Sky second chapter trailer dropped, and according to a certain rabbit in our Discord, if you're interested in playing the original, that is to say, Trails in the Sky, the first chapter, the remake of which is about to come out.
Isn't he a raccoon?
No, he's a rabbit. Rabbit, raccoon, what's the difference?
Rabbi
Wow.
Raccoon.
If
you're
I
interested
believe his
in-
name.
If you're interested in playing the original, I would not recommend watching the trailer for Trails in the Sky second chapter, because the twist ending of the first chapter is spoiled in the first 5 seconds.
Oh, that doesn't seem
wow.
Avoiding
cool.
that. I've always wanted to play those games, but now I'm kind of waiting for this remake. Yeah, I don't know. Hey, before we dive into our final segment of the show, the level up, why don't you, Johnny, tell me what you are squarely against this week?
Well, there's a couple. I think this game is great. It could use some better, like. Oh, actually, there was one thing that I thought I was like, I should bring this for my squarely against. I'm squarely against the complete lack of world building. Although this is, again, like, what, a 93, 94 game? So it's not that surprising. Like, the Final Fantasy games before this have not put a lot of world building into it. It's not until 6, I think, that really starts, saying, okay, what's this world about? Where'd it come from? Why is magic here? And from there, like, maybe even Square games have gone a little overboard with it. Like, I think Final Fantasy 13, too much world building. To the point where everything has a name that doesn't make a lot of sense, and you have to try and figure out what the hell they're talking about. It has to have,
what are you talking about, the Lacey and the Fall Sea?
Yeah, exactly. And Pulse and Grand Pulse and all that stuff. Anyway.
Lack of world building.
Yeah, there's a lack of world building. Like, it doesn't seem to care.
I think you're right. Yeah, I agree with you. It's just world. You just go from town to town. There's crystals. There's always crystals. That's it. Yeah. Crystals.
This is the because the game is getting more narratively dense than previous Final Fantasy games. Well, about the same as 4, I would say. So
yeah, I think this is less narratively dense than 4. 4 had a lot going on. This has less of a plot. And
it just feels like things aren't really well constructed narratively, but maybe it gets better. This game's a lot longer than I thought. It was a shorty, but like seeing that we're only a quarter of the way through the game so far, it's like, okay, this is kind of beefier game than I thought it was going to be. Anyway, that's it. What about you, Vanessa?
I am roundly for, and I don't know why and cannot justify this, the twist that Ferris and Lena are sisters. I know it's super cliche. I know there's no reason for me to like it, and yet, like it, I do. Don't know why I can't explain it. That's just the way I feel.
It was pretty heavily telegraphed from the first moment of the game.
Yep. But
you liked it. That's fine.
I liked
it. I was surprised that. I was surprised. I'm sorry. I'm not good at these things.
I love you, Johnny, but sometimes I think you're not very smart.
Oh, Johnny is smart. Johnny gets wrapped up in the narrative, and there's nothing wrong with that.
It is true that, and for me, it's I read stuff and I play games and stuff, and I often feel like I've played or read too much of this, where it's like you know it's coming a mile away, and in a lot of ways, it's kind of a worse way to be, where you're just. Like you're too inside baseball. You're too tuned into the baseball, how it's constructed and why it's constructed to really appreciate it. It's why I think movie critics kind of suck. I'm not anti-criticism or anything like that. This isn't Kotaku or whatever. But it's like movie critics. You see people that have been movie critics for a long time, and they only like weird stuff that nobody likes and never like good stuff that people like, and it's there's kind of a reason for it. It's like, well, you've watched every movie, you know too much about it, you can't really enjoy it anymore. Mm-hmm. And it's nice that Johnny's able to suspend his disbelief still and just enjoy it for what it is.
Absolutely. I totally agree.
Whereas I'm sitting here rolling my eyes like I'm some sort of smart guy, when really I'm just a fucking nerd who's played too many video games. Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I like a cliche. I like a prince in disguise. I like Secret Sisters. I like bears that take their heads off and there's a beautiful blonde boy underneath. Cliches.
I don't think that's a cliche. I think that was unusual.
The voice actor that played Teddy is in Date Everything.
Every voice actor's in Date Everything.
There are a lot of voice actors, and so far, everyone we ran into was doing a great job.
I need to get a voice acting gig,
Mm-hmm.
I saw one posted the other day for some, cyberpunk video game. Well, I can start passing those
I'm
on
a
when I come across them.
cyberpunk.
It's not a terrible idea, actually. Like, you're trying to. What am I talking about? What do I care?
Well, you have
I
the
have a
equipment
job.
to
It
do
sucks
it.
and I hate it.
Oh,
That's true. I have a voice. I have a microphone. I have a computer.
What more do you need?
I'm a boy, which means that I deserve every job.
Yeah. And people like your voice.
I find that very strange. That's not true. I'm often told I sound like T.J. Miller. That's not
TJ
a
Miller
compliment.
is a famous performer. You have famous performer voice.
Yeah, but I also called a bomb threat into a train that my girlfriend was on once, so...
Just as a prank.
Do you not know that? You never heard that?
Oh, I thought I was like, Matt, we should cut this. It's a federal crime. There's no statute of limitations on that.
Well, in Trump's America, satire and comedy are dead, so probably cut it anyway. Anyway, as for me, I am squarely against chasing down Sid in mid. It gets very tiring. Every time you do something, it's like, where do I go next? I have no idea, but I know that I have to find Sid in mid. I'm roundly for mid, just as a name. What the fuck?
It's pretty great.
This guy hates this kid.
Maybe it's like
All
short
right,
for
well-
middle child, you know?
Ooh.
I would still be annoyed by that.
So would the older brother be Eld and the younger brother be Bab?
Yeah. But you have to be
Okay.
really sure when you're naming a child Bab that that's going to be your last one.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. Eld, that's easy. You know. This is my
Yeah.
first one. I'm quite sure.
Bab 2.
All right. Well, that's our squarely against segment. Why don't we talk about how we leveled up? I'll start us off by leveling up for Jim. He did meth in Seattle. How about you, Johnny? How did you level up?
I don't think he did meth. I think he just LARPed.
No, he did. He said he did meth in Seattle and LARPed. He said he LARPed and he did meth in Seattle.
Jim, change did meth to something cooler that you really did. Like, wrote a
Yeah. He did meth with his bosses. And he LARPed with his bosses.
And then he said that it was great that
No!
Okay,
cut
well,
that
cut
out.
that for sure. No, the further away we get from the more I do kind of think it was, you know? I don't know. I say that only for you.
So I did a few things. I got a power supply, and I talked about that last time. So
That was last week.
Yeah, well, I said I talked about that last time. I have played more video game. Well, there was a couple of things I played, right? I haven't got. I almost finished Borderlands 3 because I want to finish that before I get Borderlands 4.
You talked about this last week, too.
Oh, God damn it!
Will you fucking get kidnapped or something so you have something new to talk about, please? That's a Chris Rock joke.
Oh, I see.
Chris Rock, not canceled.
Now's the part where you slap me.
I'm not slapping you, even if you
Man,
make
that
fun
was
of my wife's
wild.
alopecia.
Remember when that happened? What a crazy world.
Yeah. It
I
is.
still stand by Will Smith. Slap a motherfucker. What do I care?
Wow. Matt is really coming out
Makes
as
fun of somebody's
pro-violence.
wife.
in
That's
this.
fucked up.
I have. Man, I didn't do anything interesting this past week, did I? I'm just going to go through my brain and think about what I played because I mostly have been
All
either
right.
playing this.
Cut all of this as well, Jim. Vanessa, how did you level up? Johnny, you think about what you've done. And I mean that literally as in what you've done this week.
I had a dream to share. That's right. It's a rare appearance of Dream Corner. And
All right.
Man, I had a crazy one too.
I think you're going to like this one, Matt, because it featured you.
Ooh, did it involve me getting you busted in a sting? Because that's what happened in mine.
No. In my dream, I was talking to you, but it was a much, much older version of you. That's right. I traveled forward in time, and I was talking to future Matt. And I was like,
shit.
and we were in the city of Seattle. And I said to future Matt, hey, future Matt, do you live in Seattle now? And you were like, yeah, I live in Seattle. And I said, oh my gosh, what about future Vanessa? Does she live here too? And future Matt said, I don't know where she's living right now because she was with that guy for 17 years and then they broke up and I don't know where she moved. And I was like, what the hell? What are you talking about? And then I woke up, so I never got to find out what is happening with future, apparently like either divorced or separated Vanessa, who may or may not have a place to live. Very interesting stuff from future Matt.
Wow. Future Vanessa, homeless.
Huh.
Another interesting fact about future Matt, more hair than present day Matt, but not a lot.
That's
but
weird.
Definitely had the old
Do you think
man.
it was a toupee?
No, because it was the old man, like hair around the sides, but not on the top of the head.
Oh, yeah. No, I get that if I don't cut it.
Oh,
and
maybe
I can
that
see
was
old
what
Matt
was
being
going
too
on.
lazy to cut it.
Yeah. But, otherwise, you had a car. This whole conversation took place in the car, so things aren't going so bad for old Matt.
Okay.
Present Matt has a car as well.
Yeah, and things aren't going so bad for present Matt. He's got a car.
I can go now, Vanessa, if you want to go back to me.
Okay, Johnny, how did you level up?
Well, I've been exercising a lot more. I've been in the mood to exercise, and I've sort of gotten to a good rhythm of if I can go to the gym, I go to the gym. If I can't go to the gym, I'll just do some bullshit cardio that sucks. And that's been going really well. Like, I'm not aiming to lose weight. I just want to get healthier, but it's been good for my blood pressure. I have lost a bit of weight. It's not a big deal. Who cares? I'm not on a stupid journey or anything.
This is such a weird conversation. Hey, losing weight's good for you, and it's okay to be proud of yourself for losing some weight. And you don't have to feel shame about having weight, but it's okay to lose weight. That's fine.
Losing weight isn't good for everyone. It depends on the person.
It's just not why I'm doing it. But at the same time, I've been feeling more energetic by doing cardio, even though I hate it. And that's been the tough part, is that I really don't like doing cardio. But if I don't do cardio, if I go to the gym instead, then I don't have to do cardio. So it's been more motivation to go to the gym more because I hate doing cardio so much. Although, you know what? Dance Central is the best form of cardio because it's fun. It actually gets me really sweaty, so that means my body's working. And it has music that I like, and it has a challenge to it too, because sometimes I not fail a song, but I don't hit like the score threshold. I need to unlock something else, and I'm like, I'll do that again and I did it 3 times last time. I did the same song 3 times to unlock something. So it has a challenge to it. And I think having a challenge element, but not being gruelingly hard like the boxing game, is good. I wish they still made those Dance Central games, but I understand that no one wants a Kinect in their room because they take up a lot of space, and they're attached to an Xbox, and people don't use those anymore. Anyway, Matt, how do you level up?
Ooh, I wanted to give a quick update to my Silk Song journey. I have found myself thoroughly hooked on Hollow Knight Silk Song. I'm enjoying it much more than I enjoyed the original Hollow Knight. I know that people love that game, and no shade on that, but it just, I don't know, I bounced off of it twice. Twice I put 5 to 10 hours into that thing and just did not find it very enjoyable, but for some reason Silk Song really has grabbed me. I've gotten, let's say, a quarter of the way through the game. I'm not very far into it, and will I finish it is still up in the air, because when it gets so hard that I don't find it fun anymore, I probably will stop. But as for right now, I'm really enjoying it. It's very fun. And I've been playing it constantly. Waking up early, playing it in the morning before work, playing it on my lunch breaks, playing it after work for as much time as I can before I have to record, stream, work more. You know how it is. I told Vanessa I did lose 1,200 rosary beads. Rosary beads are the currency in the game. I lost 1,200 rosary beads because of the weird little red bouncy fruits, and more than that, my own stupid hubris. You know?
Hubris!
I'll get through here.
Overweening pride.
It does that thing that a lot of these games do, a lot of games these days do, where when you die, you lose everything, but if you get back to the place where you died, you can get it all back. But if you die again, it's gone. And I, a few times, have gotten into positions where I accidentally had a lot of money on me and then walked into a boss fight or a challenge area. And, not wanting to give up all that loot, would ram my head against it until I completed the task, until I defeated the boss, whatever it was. But I finally really fucked myself. And the worst part is the game does offer a way to save your currency. It costs 80 rosary beads to get a string of rosary beads of 60 rosary beads. But you don't lose those when you die. But I, in my hubris, decided to keep pushing ahead, and then I got stuck in an arena battle, and then one of the times, because, I don't know, you die 30 times, and then you get back, and suddenly you've figured out all the moves, and you win. And I was in one of those situations, and it was fine, because you get the beads back when you get there, so you die again, it's not a big deal. But on my way back, I got caught up on some bouncy red fruits, and then I got attacked by a bug several times and couldn't get away from it, and died, and wasted like 2 solid hours of grinding fucking currency. Very disappointing. Yeah, I'm pretty dumb. But you know what? I went back and grinded some more, got those beads back, and defeated several more bosses. It's very satisfying, like a Souls-like typically is when you finally get through a tough part. I'm really enjoying it. It's very fun. And one other small thing. Last week, the only issue of a new crossover comic book came out. I read it. I liked it a lot, and I want to recommend it to anybody that likes superhero comics. Deadpool Batman. That's right. The first DC Marvel crossover in seriously like 25 years came out last week. And it is just a goofy, fun time. It does not try to tell a deep story. It does not try to do much other than just be fun. But it was fun, and I really enjoyed it. And there were a lot of little backup features in it. It had a single issue Deadpool meets Batman story that was fun. And then there were a bunch of little backups like I don't remember amalgam.
Amalgam?
Vanessa, you know about amalgam.
Amalgam. Is that like when Wolverine became a Batman Wolverine and all of that business?
Darkclaw.
Yeah, I know all about that.
It introduced a new amalgam, which was Lobo Wolverine, and they called him Logo, and he shot chains out of his wrists instead of claws. It was just silly fun. It was just a fun, silly time. They got a lot of writers involved. They got a lot of hot artists involved. They had a lot of covers. Deadpool Batman. That was a good, fun time, and I'm glad that I read it.
And
that's how I leveled up.
Imagine Batman getting along famously with Deadpool.
Yeah, those two are just peas in a pod.
I mean, the premise was that Deadpool showed up in town to murder Batman because the Joker had paid him to do it. So it's not a superhero team up so much as an excuse to get those two dummies together. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And there was a lot of... the Deadpool movies have kind of ruined Deadpool in that I can only hear it in Ryan Reynolds' voice now. And they clearly write him as Ryan Reynolds now. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. He's not super distinct anymore. He's just Ryan Reynolds Deadpool. But anyway, it obviously, Deadpool going to make jokes about Batman. And it was a pretty good time. It was fun. So, that's it for this episode of Square Roots. Before we go, we would like to plug our Patreon, patreon.com/Square Roots Podcast, where we release monthly bonus episodes. This month, we'll be playing the game Unpacking.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I got to play that.
Please remember to play Unpacking.
Friday and Sunday off. I worked one of the reasons I didn't do much is I worked last weekend. So I hope I can, I'll definitely put a couple hours to it on Friday and then a couple hours into it on Sunday.
It only takes, 1 or 2 hours to finish. So
yeah.
We did Final Destination Bloodlines. Now we're doing Vanessa's Unpacking. So I'll tell you right now what that means is that the October bonus, even though Jim's going to pitch a fit because he wants to do horror stuff, the October bonus is definitely going to be Final Fantasy Legend of the Crystal Chronicles.
What?
How many episodes is it?
It is 3 or 4
Okay.
20-ish minute episodes.
Yeah, that's fine.
It is straight up in its entirety in English on YouTube.
Did you want us
So-
to do a watch through together of it? Or did you want us to review it?
You know, I'll be honest with you, Johnny. I think that just having a conversation about it is a better idea. I don't think that the riff versions do as well. I think people are less interested in listening to those. I know that I don't listen to them when my favorite podcasts.
Yeah.
They're
Do them?
fun.
Listen,
but they're
if
more
you
fun
want
for the
to,
hosts.
I think it would be
absolutely
difficult
sit
to
down
sync
and just
on.
watch the movie with you on Zoom. We can
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Maybe we should do that actually next month. I would like that.
That would be a fun way to do it. Or we could even sit down and do that and then record the episode.
Yeah.
Like, we could do it all in one without subjecting our listeners to a commentary episode that most of them are not going to listen to.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think you're right, Matt.
And we aren't that sharp on commentaries. Like, we tend to just start watching whatever it is we're watching and
we
have
do.
long
And it's
minutes
a lot
of
of like,
silence.
ooh, I liked that.
Yeah.
I know that some people enjoy them, and we really appreciate that, but I often feel like we're kind of shafting a segment of our patrons with that,
Yeah.
so I don't want to do that. But anyway, this month, unpacking, so get excited for that. Patreon.com/squared's podcast. At the $3 level, you get access to all of our bonus content. At the $5 level, you get to vote on games. Last season was a vote game that had won. Lost Odyssey, I think, right? Is that what we played? No, Lost Rain. No, Stinky Rain. Heavy Rain. I got it.
You got it.
Heavy Rain was a vote winner. It was terrible, and frankly, I think all of the patrons that voted for it did it just to fuck with us. I think they did it because they hate us.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, owe you an apology.
No, they don't owe me an apology. And of course, after Final Fantasy V, the next game will be another vote, which frankly we should get up in the next couple of weeks. So we should probably start planning that out. However, being a patron at any level, even $1 a month, affords you one awesome reward. And that is that we read a list of patrons at the end of every episode. And I'll start us off by thinking, bing, bop, boom, 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 bop, bam. John B. Quaker Oatman, Cameron Shoey, Andy Best, Dr. Fine Say Everyone's Name, Vanessa's Robot Mom, Jason Timms, My Battery is Low, Wishbone is Gay, Rachel, Rubber Bear, Ari Copovara, Stephen Paget, Ryan, Joshua W. Broxson, Johnny Five Alive. For Square Roots Podcast, I'm Stim Stanks. I'm Samu Mitchell, Ryan Schmidt, and William Westgard.
I'd like to thank Robert Mike, powered by AI, David
No.
Shook, Eric Garby, David Green, Andy Smith, Mostly Irrational Person, AJL, Himbo Baggins, and unlike Mike, this is a definitely real non-AI person.
Oh. And I would like to thank respectable names, Bree Girth, David Arnold, Sol Wagner, Garrett.
Put your controller down. It's fine. Stop playing your house flipping game.
I don't have
Make
anything in my
list.
cat. I'm gonna go. Garrett of Tivia, the Flitcher.
Filcher.
Ed Franco, Ward Childress, Pope Hat Ben, the Ben with the Pope Hat, Tracy the Board Queen, and Isaac Wright.
Isaac's always right, and everybody knows it. Hey, send us an email. Our email address is squarerootspodcast@gmail.com. If you don't want to do that, but you still want to talk to us, come over to our Facebook group, the Square Roots Podcast for smart, cool, very attractive people. Be-skeet at us at squarerootspod.bsky.social or shoot us an email for a link to our Discord.
Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Google, Spotify, Ghana, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Thanks to Stephen Morris for our Square Roots theme. You can find Stephen on YouTube's. I got links to that in the show notes, because that's what kind of guy I am.
What a great guy.
All right, for the Square Roots Podcast, I'm Matthew Van Zant.
I'm Vanessa.
And I'm Johnny Brandon. Icon.
And I'm Jim.
YouTuber. Fitness freak. Friend.
Yeah.
Cat lover.
Eh.
Car enthusiast.
Bye.
Bye.